The latest discovery announced Wednesday, 182 human remains near the former St. Eugene's Mission School in Cranbrook, British Columbia. It's the third such finding in just the past month, after 751 remains were discovered at the former Marival Indian Residential School in Saskatchewan and 215 at what was Canada's largest residential school in Kamloops, British Columbia. Indigenous leaders warn this is just the tip of the iceberg.
We have 139 sites across Canada where the residential schools were, and each and every one of those sites needs to be investigated properly. And this is a validation of what the survivors have been saying, that there are unmarked graves and that there has been death in these institutions.
From the late 19th century to the 1990s, an estimated 150,000 Indigenous children were forcibly separated from their families and sent to so-called residential schools. The government-sponsored Christian boarding schools sought to assimilate them into Canadian society. Students were banned from speaking their native languages. Thousands died, and many suffered physical and sexual abuse. The recent discoveries of the unmarked graves have sparked a national reckoning on colonialism as the country marks Canada Day on Thursday.
On the eve of Canada Day, the horrific discoveries of hundreds of children at the sites of former residential schools in BC and in Saskatchewan have forced us to reflect on the historic and ongoing injustices that Indigenous peoples have faced. Our government continues to be there to acknowledge the truth so that we can chart a better path forward in the spirit of reconciliation.
A group of Indigenous leaders plan to visit the Vatican later this year to ask the Pope for a formal apology for the Roman Catholic Church's role in residential schools.